Craig, 1-0 win in the Nathaniel MG Cup final on Friday night. It was another good night for the club as we lifted the season's first piece of silverware.
Yeah, it definitely was. It's great having the League Cup at this time of year. Obviously, last year I won it as well against Swansea City, which was a great occasion down in at Barry. And then to Newtown, and in all fairness, Aberystwyth, they made me work really hard for it. They give up the territory, they give up possession, and they got back in in a very low block and defended well, and we missed opportunities, but overall it was reasonably comfortable. But yeah, Aberystwyth defended well, and we broke the deadlock early on in the second half. Sorry.
Well, you've now won 6 Nathaniel MG Cups across 2 different clubs. You're starting to make a bit of a habit of this, but I know you'd be quick to give praise to the staff and players as well, won't you?
Yeah, definitely. Certainly, I think especially this season, it could have quite easily been a one this season that we pushed to one side and we forgot all about because of the other competitions we've been in. Obviously, the league becomes a priority. And obviously, this campaign we've been in Europe, playing extra 14 games and played right the way up to December. So yeah, quite possibly we could have done that, but I think I'll give a huge credit to the young players as well. Young players in the squad players that obviously didn't play on Friday night, but they played a huge contribution in getting us through against the likes of Flint, the likes of Airbus. If it hadn't been for their performances, then we wouldn't have got through. And like I say again, it's the staff that have put huge effort into this season, because a lot goes on behind the scenes that you don't see. Players get lots of days off and recovery time, as they should, because they're on the pitch doing the physical work. But from a mental point of view and a preparation point of view, then staff hardly ever get a day off. And when that day off is, they'll probably always get me at some point, putting a text in the group text asking about something. So now the staff have been incredible.
There are still 2 more trophies up for grabs, starting with the JD Cymru Premier, and we're back in league action this weekend against Haverfordwest County.
Yes, there is. Yeah, and we've got a big week, really big week. We can near enough have the league done in this week coming up, Saturday, Tuesday. And then after that we've got a semi-final of the Welsh Cup as well. So our next 3 games are 3 big games, and 3 big games in 8 days. So yeah, there'll be we've trained well again this week. Lads had the weekend off. They thoroughly enjoyed it and thoroughly deserved it. And got back to it on Monday, and we've trained all this week leading up to the game on Saturday. So we know it's going to be a tough game. Haverfordwest are obviously a good team. They've put a really strong run together, and they're obviously fighting for that second place as well. So there's going to be nothing given. We want to win 2 games as quick as what we can. But they obviously want the points to try and closing the gap on Penabon. So now it's going to be a really good game.
Well, we faced Haverfordwest twice already this season, just a single goal separating the sides on both occasions. Yeah. TNS did win both, but that suggests that it's going to be another tight game this weekend.
Yeah, it is definitely. You look at Haverfordwest history this season, especially, it kept a lot of clean sheets. Not many people scored many goals past them. So yeah, it's they're very, very good defensively. They've got some good players, on the counter attack as well. So yeah, it's going to be a tough game. It always is against Haverfordwest. And Pens has done a fantastic job there. They've progressed them over the last 3 years from a league point of view. Obviously, last year or the year before, they got into Europe through the playoffs. But you look at the league position there now, and he's done a fantastic job and got a lot of respect for him, and as a manager, as a guy. So we know his teams are always going to be competitive.
Well, you've referred to the position we are in the league. We do need just a couple more wins to secure the title, but with nothing mathematically secure, it's important not to get complacent.
Yeah, very important. More important than any time. We are close. Yes, we are, but we need to make sure that we've had a good week training. Lads have been focused back on it. Obviously, they enjoyed the weekend off and had rest and recovery after winning the Nathaniel Cup, thoroughly deserved. But now we've trained 3-4 times this week. Good contacts. Training's been excellent. Really good tempo. Everyone's fit. So now it's competitive, and you probably tend to find at this part of the season nearly everyone is fit. You come up to cup finals and big games, etc. So in also as well, there's only 1 game a week apart from it next week. So yeah, it's been a really good week. We're prepared really well for it. There's been a bit of flu and bit of illness in the camp, no more so than me. I've struggled this week myself, but I've tried to keep away from the lads. So it's been another good week preparing for another big game.
Well, besides yourself then, Craig, what's the injury and availability situation looking like for the game this week?
Yeah, all good. We're good. We've got no extra injuries, so which is which is tough for me to pick the team. You know, there was 2 or 3 left out from the cup final. You know, there'll still be 2 or 3 left out again, and on Saturday because of, you know, we've got no more injuries. So we're back in it. Other great bit of news. Well, Ryan Astles will play, you know, for the reserves on Friday night, which get 45 minutes to be the first time in, you know, in over 12 months. So that's fantastic. Ryan, we're really pleased from. So then Ryan will be fully fit again after this weekend. So now my job doesn't get any easier, but it's the lads have worked really hard and they're making it really tough by the performances and training.